Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to No Man's Land. So I'm hoping this will all look fairly familiar. But reality is it's not. So there was an update came out this week. Actually, there are a couple of things that don't look familiar. That doesn't look familiar, and neither does this. But I better get started, because the weeds are growing. Yeah, so there was an update came out this week. Ellie and Jim found the tree that was causing the problem when you cut all the trees down. For some strange reason, for some of us, and I don't know how widespread it is. I looked online as soon as it came to me, and I couldn't find anything about it. But I did message Jim, and he was nice enough to chat with me and let me know what was going on. It just I lost all of the trees. Every single tree. There was not one tree left on the map, and basically it cut down the post that cuts down all the trees, which explains why the trees weren't there, why the post was cut down. As anyone's no one knows. No one knows. Jim doesn't know. He's trying to find out. This is what Jim does when there's a problem on one of his maps, or he tries to fix it. But yeah. So I had a few options. One was to carry on the map without trees, which I am denied about, and another one really was to start again. So I started again, because I quite like the trees. Odd tree here or there. So the fields may not be exactly, they're not as neat as they were before, I'll tell you that. But they may not be exactly as they were, so at some point I shall need to do a little bit of tweaking. For example, they're far too close to that tree, but for now they'll do. We've got crops in. Otherwise, apart from that, oh yes, I haven't managed to cut up the logs yet at the yard. I was too focused on getting the fields back the way they were, and I was amazed actually that when you do things differently, how quickly you can do them. It took me, what, this is episode 5 rather, so I think we're about 11 hours in. Hey, it's fine, Jim, don't worry about it, it's all good. I actually quite enjoyed it. It only took me about it took me about 2.5 to 3 hours. A lot of that was just carting equipment back and forth. Actually, to cut the fields, reseed them, reline them, lose some of the trees that I'd already cut down, didn't take that long at all. And it was an interesting experiment actually, because yeah, what had taken 11 hours or so to do, doing a lot using smaller equipment, things more manually, yeah, it took me so much less time. So I did actually start to record it, and I was going to put it out as a time lapse. I didn't have the time to edit it and finish it before I streamed this morning. So yeah, so I used the big 8-meter fill creator, and also used the Black Sheep Modding T-Rex to lose the trees. So I cheated money in place of the fact that I should be 5 days in, and yeah, roughly 4 or 5 days in, and had sold some trees, and actually some crops, I realised. So the money's not quite where it should be, but it's roughly where it was. And I used the T-Rex to remove some of the trees that I'd already removed, just again, so it looks reasonably similar, rather than selling them. And yeah, used a bigger implement to plough out and create the fields, and it was so much quicker. So yeah, it's fine, didn't take too long at all. Yes, and there is that true. I already had a plan in mind. I mean, I haven't, I didn't do the silage bales to generate the money from the grass from the fields. It does of course mean I don't think the fields are quite as neat because I didn't I didn't mow the grass beforehand. Or maybe it's just, I think actually it is neater using a plough, which surprised me. But of course a plough is fixed to the tractor, it's not a trailed implement, so it doesn't have quite the same freedom of movement as a trailed implement does. Anything that's direct from a 3-point link is fixed to the movement of the tractor. But yeah, so it does mean at some point I'll go around with the field, with the landscape. Have I missed one? Yeah, I've missed some. Missed a little bit, missed a row. Yeah, at some point I'll go around with the landscape tool and just tidy up some of the edges of the fields. What it does mean is that what I did do was I didn't plough out that bit there, so I've left that in to put a track, which is what I was going to put back in at some point. So yeah, actually allowed me to improve things second time around. It's all good. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. So we've had a bit of a change of equipment, so we'll go through that in a minute. I haven't released everything that I had before. I just got most of it and what I needed to be ready to start this morning, really. But yeah, so we'll get these fields weeded. Actually, I've got the big field that we were ploughing out last weekend is now ploughed out, and but we need to lime it and seed it. And actually, I better get the lime going. Actually, I'll finish the weeding on this. We'll get a worker on the next field. Oh, yeah, definitely. Mind you, I always said, actually, I don't need to reshape this field. I need to take that tree out. I always said I'd take that tree out. So we'll do that. But yeah, I hope you're well, Jim. And thank you again for chatting with me that night. In my hour of panic. Okay. Now, people have asked me that before. Do I have Discord? I don't have a Discord channel. I am on Discord, though. I have joined someone else's. So I suppose what you might suggest is I should probably, if you've got one, I should probably I'll join yours, right? Because then that way I'll be keeping up to date with information, which is a good idea. I have to say I haven't really explored it that much, but someone did invite me to join theirs, which is very kind of them, and I did. Have I missed any weeds? Oh, it looks alright. Are we alright? Let's see. No, I missed a few patches. It's not too bad. It'll do. Right. Now, I'll do the first strip. There is a scary tree down here, actually, and this field is too wide. I've done it too big this time. So I'm going to lose a little bit, put it back to grass. Because it's too close to that tree. I could take the tree out, but I quite like it being marked by the trees. So we've got the greenhouses back in, and actually I think I positioned the one at the back of it better than I did last time as well, so it's not quite so high up. Did I do all lemons last time? I did all lemons this time. I actually don't remember. It might have been 2 lemons and oh no, I did 2 lemons and a tomato last time, didn't I? Oh well. Never mind. Right, put a worker on. Hopefully you'll be alright. Yeah, I might do that. Thanks, Jim. That's a good idea. Oh, probably best on the PSN messenger app, actually, if that's all right. That'd be great. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. Yes, I hope everyone's well. We're about to enter our 3rd week of total lockdown. But I think they're looking to extend it in the UK as well, aren't they? So, but I'm delighted to say at least my wife is feeling better. I actually managed to get outside yesterday and vacuum the car out of all the sand from the last time we were in the desert. So it feels like things are returning to normal a little bit, which is good. Right, anyway, enough chit chat. We'll leave this chat to it. Did I manage to do that bit around the tree all right? Yep. So this bit here, there's no weeds because I ran out of seed just as the worker was doing this bit, so I did it with the new seeder, which I'll show you in a minute. In the meantime, let's go grab the lime spreader. Did you miss a bit? No. Another 3 in the UK. Yeah, I thought I'd heard that they were going to do that. Actually, I can get, I mean, we'd say total lockdown. We can get a license to go out, but you have a good reason, and they're restricting the reasons and the frequency with which people can go out, which I totally agree with. I have to say, it does seem to be working over here. That's not to say that we aren't still getting new cases, but ooh, that does very strange things to my headphones. So yeah, up the lime spreader as before. Got the Scariflex as well. I don't think I made this field as long as I did last time, so I think I could lengthen that a little bit. Yep, we've got space all the way around here, just for a little track, nothing major. Sorry, going to get in your way. So yeah, so this field that we started last week is now finished. As you see, it's not quite straight, so it will get neatened up. This one is, I would say as before, but actually, again, it needs a bit neatening up, but I think it's better, actually. Oh no, that's not the one I need to do, this is the one I need to do. Of course, I'm looking at that one thinking, there's nothing growing in it, it's not white. But no, this one has been limed and seeded, that's why it's not white anymore. Helper H has completed their task. No, Helper H has stopped by the scary tree. Oh, that's not very straight, is it? I'm quite keen on making sure we get those weeds out before they switch to the next growth, so I'm going to jump straight over to that. And then actually we'll get a cultivator on that field to get the lime in. And this is the other things that I managed to do to speed it up. I'm afraid to say, shh, don't tell anybody, I didn't cultivate after I'd limed. I sowed direct on top, which, I mean, you can do, you just, again, you know, I don't think it's realistic to do so. Actually, it does look like it's finished. Oh well, fine. Could also do with getting another level of fertilisation on here, actually. Yeah, because actually I've got a full manure spreader full of manure, and I've also got the Scariflex. Not sure why I switched that on. Luckily there was no seed in it. Don't tell anybody. Right, so thanks Jim, just got that. Let me see. Still need to organise the sheds a bit more. I have put the shed, the other old shed in as I had done before, so that's exactly as was. Not sure where. Oh no, I do know where my trailer of manure is. Okay, well let's do that. So I'm going to use one. I'm going to get one going with the Scariflex. Pretty sure this doesn't really need a weight of that size. I think it just happened to be on the tractor from bringing it back from the store. Well, my headphones are driving me nuts. They're crackling like crazy. Okay. So that should be giving us our second fertilization state. Fingers crossed. Can't say as it is particular. Or maybe. No, I'm not so sure it is actually. Take that off. Put it back on. Well, he clearly thinks he's doing something. At least it better be, because he's charging me for it. Oh, that's handy. Look at that. So here's one of our new additions. Oh. Blocked by an object. Yeah, it's called a building. You're supposed to miss it. Right, let's do that. That was clearly too complicated. It may be because I've just weeded this that this won't work actually. So let's go back to the manure idea. Anyway, as I was saying, the Ursus 954 we had before. Got the bale trailer back. Of course, it hasn't, the bale truck rather. Of course, it hasn't been used that much yet. Similar for the combine. Yeah, so we got this, the Ursus. This is the 1604. I specifically went with the sort of bug eye lights, the older style lights. It's a great tractor. It's got some grunt to it as well, and twin rears. Is anyone else having sound problems? Because I don't know, it's crackling like crazy through my headphones, but I don't know why. Right, fold it out. Lovely. Crikey, it's going at some lick too. So yeah, we've now got a couple of Ursus tracks. So I got this one. There was some. If you remember last time, we had the. Actually, you know what? Maybe that is the right length. Because look at that. If I had that any longer, that field, the manure spreader wouldn't get all the way to the end before it hit the fence. So you know what? We'll leave that as it is. Yeah, last time I got that new case mod, which we had issues with on the 3-point link. So I got this time instead. I'm hoping they'll fix that. Mind you, maybe it was just a mod clash with the mod I was using. Maybe we'll get it again, but I just got this one instead. Uh-oh. Swing it around, actually we'll come this way. Because it actually would make sense to do this bit, avoid the scary tree number 1. I don't know, these workers, you just can't trust them, can you? Looks like our work has finished liming. Whether he has actually finished liming is a whole other question. Oh yeah, frequently. Well, I had to on Shamrock Valley. I had to fire one of my workers. He managed to lose my plough in the river. Fortunately, I managed to get it out with some exceedingly skillful tractor driving before the tractor drowned. But yeah, sacked on the spot. What was that? How careless. Ooh, so what I also didn't get actually, ooh, that's a bit loud, isn't it? What I also didn't get was the, oh grief, and I can't remember which one I chose. The, oh no, I do remember, and I might change it. Was the, bucket that I've been using for manure. So a little gap there, oh there it is, there's another little gap there, look. Actually not, I'm going to live with that, because I'm just going to waste a load of manure if I do that. That should now. Yep. I'm not going to have enough to do this field. Yeah, what I could do with doing is getting a silo that I can put manure in, and now isn't that interesting? So that was what I was expecting. So some of those it's covered the lime up with the manure and some of them it hasn't. How odd. Right, leave him to that. Has he actually limed it? Oh, actually. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh no, I did miss an edge, didn't I? Sorry. That was my fault. Can't even blame a worker for it. Oh no, need to open it. I closed it, didn't I? Thinking we was done. There we go. So slightly bizarrely my headphones were, oh, we've run out of manure. Oh. Right, so now I need a quick trip to the store. I was very concerned about getting the liming done before the rains come. So I'm glad that's done. Because we are due rain again. It rains a lot on this map, Jim. Just saying. I'm assuming that's not in your control, but it's quite funny. I had 2 straight days of rain last weekend, or straight days, but you know, relatively late morning to early evening. It's a nice map to be on when it's raining though. Right, cultivator, which I haven't used yet. Right, so get this running. We'll do a run over to the store, get some manure, and then we'll crack on with we'll cut some trees down. See if we can start building out the yard a little bit. Oh, is this because it's already... Because I've done it with a culti plough, so it's cultivated. Oh, we might have to cheat then and use the seeder direct. Yeah, I'm not going to sit and make you watch me cultivate a field with a 3-meter plough, with a 3-meter cultivator. So we'll move on. Seeder. Where's the seeder? Yeah, oh. Oh no, I managed to... How did he do that? Oh, weird. Okay. I'm alright if I go forwards, but I can't go backwards. Yeah, I've not put seasons on here for now. So what, they're working on a geo for this map specifically? Oh, that'd be quite cool, actually. Where is... Is it in the other... Must be in the other shed. Actually, let's use the other tractor then for a change. Yeah, I haven't got seasons on yet. I may do, but probably once we're closer to a more fully operating farm. I'm just enjoying just playing it as is at the moment. Oh yeah, there it is. Right, let's grab this then. We'll put the Scariflex. In the back of the shed. And we'll grab this. So, because I wasn't playing multiplayer, I put back in all my mods so that I got them all available to see, because when we tried to use a different seeder last weekend, we couldn't find one. And I remembered I'd got this. This is a modded Horsch seeder, and it is fantastic. It's in 2 parts. The tank at the front. I can't remember who the model was, but I'll find it and I'll put it in the description. Tank at the front, seeder bit at the back, but there's also a planter. So you could use it as both seeder and planter. It's perfect. It's a little too modern and fancy for this farm at the moment, but I just really wanted to try it out. It's our one concession to not having any nice fancy equipment. Well, that and that massive tree harvester. Yeah, it's cool. 6-meter width, which is actually probably a bit big for this farm at the moment, but it's good. It's a good width. And fertilizer as well. So what we got so far in the ground, I think I put oats, canola and soybean. Yeah. So as I haven't got the planter attachment yet, let's go with one of the other straw crops. So fold the bits down. Yes, you know what? I haven't done oilseed radish the entire game since I started on 19, and I used to use it a lot at 17. So let's do a cover crop just for a change. Fold that down. Switch it on. Lower it down. So we'll do a little bit of this just to use it. I've used it in daylight. It was in the dark when I was using it last night. I really like it. It's a great thing. I'll get the planter attachment at some point as well. Sure goes at a fair old lick, that's for certain. It's actually a nice field, this one. It's good square, no trees around it, and a good size. Oh, missed a patch. Oops. Yeah, I was creeping over. Right, let's do that then. I'll clear that up. And I'm afraid we'll have to make a run to the store. Oh, the other thing that's slightly different is, oh yeah, a couple of things actually. So we'll show that now. Actually, I'm just wondering something. Ooh. Right, I've got an idea. There we go, leave into that. Where? Yeah, I want to try something. So, yeah, so I've got a new trailer. I was actually going to get rid of the one you start with, just because I'd used it a few times, but I haven't actually just got round to that yet. I've got this new trailer because I saw it and thought I really liked it. It's the ORM, right? Yeah, the ORM TP240. I just really like the look of it. I think it looks cool. But I'm curious. I've just thought something. If I oh no, maybe not. I wonder if I could use one of these rocks as a ramp. I mean, I guess to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I've got to drive down to the store to fill it up. I may as well just go fill up the manure spreader itself. But it just made me think. Oh, maybe not. Oh, come on, do me a favour. Beautiful. I do love that, man. That for 19. Let's see. It was worth a go. I'm sure if I hit that straighter I could use it. But let's not experiment for now. As I say, it actually doesn't really matter. I've got to drive to the store to go fill it up with manure anyway, so it doesn't make a lot of difference which one I use. But let me get away with it. No! Oh, that's just mean. Nah. I've lost it. Beautiful. I haven't, no. I'm not that bothered. I was curious about just seeing if I could use the local artifacts. Now I've lost my trailer. Luckily, I've got another one. And the other thing I've also got is this. I've got a different water tanker. So this is actually the new one that came out from MISSYB, and I forget the name of the other modder. Ooh, what happened to that log? That's odd. Mind you, I need that trailer. I'll have to reset it. Actually, that's a bit annoying. Sorry, that's going to be 2 trips back from the store. Yeah, so the new MISSYB trailer rather than the in-game, which is all I had in before. In fact, in that case, let's do this. So rather than taking one trip up, 1 trip down, let's take 2 trips up. Or 2 trips back, rather. Just because it's quicker. May yet need to do another trip up for Foo Farmer, that's the one, thank you. Wow, that thing makes a lot of noise. beast. It does make a lot of noise. Manure. Oh, and here comes the rain. Well, which is perfect for muck spreading. It's like the other workers just finished seeding, so... Well, good if we got nearly all our field work done. But yeah, so the new pack, you're right, MISSYB and Food Farmer. So it comes out with a couple of trailers of big sizes, which meant I could do all the water for the greenhouses in one shot, and also comes with a liquid storage pack. But I will probably, well, almost certainly for now anyway, use the one that that you put in, Jim. We'll use that to start with. Quite like this. There's been a couple of new manure spreaders come out recently that I've put in, but actually I do like this one, so we'll stick with it for now. It's probably a bit slurry as well at some point. Once I've got my liquid storage pack installed, I suppose. Don't use it very often, mind you. I did realise the other day that I'd sold a whole load of stuff at a biogas plant at Shamrock that I put in. And then of course remembered that means I've got digestate available, so as I've just finished harvest time, that will almost certainly be coming up. Oh, and actually that new slurry spreader came out this week. I was going to use that on here as well. Oh well, next time we run out of manure. Right. Now we can get... Oh, look, we've got... Oh, no, we haven't. Yeah, we have. We've got growth. Now, is that growth or weeds? Actually, it looks like weeds to me. So I've got to get the weed rat again. Oh, yeah. What? What? Why did the worker turn and reseed the bit that I'd already seeded? That's just weird. Okay, so he hasn't finished, and it's fine. That's very odd. And actually, he missed a bit at the top edge here. Actually, I don't know. Yes. And I guess now there's weeds in there, we better get the weeds shifted first. Oh. Yep, definitely get the weeds shifted first. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I want this guy to finish this seeding. That was just silly. Why on earth did he do that? Cool, thanks Jim. Enjoy. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Thanks for stopping in. Good to chat. Right, let's see. So, switch it on, lower it down, and a go. Right, fingers crossed that'll work this time. Okay, so in the meantime, jump in, back to here. Jumping. Come on. There we go. It's fine, we'll get this done. And then we'll get this tractor on on the weeding. I may as well do this bit because there's a scary tree there, which the worker just won't do. Ah, we can't do any further anyway, so actually we can't manure that strip. Of course it's not had a change in ground state since it was seeded when it was fertilised as well, so that's fine. Let's do this little patch. So we'll need growth to kick in before we can come finish off. So close that. Oh yeah. Oh no, I missed some weeds. Boo. Well, they look pretty. Really? Is that right? Plant, yes. Harvest, no, you're right, they won't. Apparently seeding's alright. Technically they shouldn't, which is correct, but oh, he's seeding alright, but thanks for the spot. Good to check. How you doing, Tyler? You alright? Roses, there's a rumble of thunder. Hopefully they'll weed though. I can't imagine you should really weed your fields in the rain either, but needs must. Otherwise I'll have to use herbicide. Right, let's see. This should be about the right width to do the whole thing. Cool. I do indeed. Have you tried it yet? Yeah, I did a couple of streams on it earlier in the week actually. It's great. I will be putting it on here. It just doesn't seem quite right yet. Not at this stage. Once I've managed to purchase more of the land and I've got a good flat area to put the unit, I will definitely be doing that on here. Oh, not quite wide enough, that's a shame. Oh, we'll get most of it. Wow, did I do that weeding? That is so not... Oh no, it's not. It's because it wasn't there, that's why. For some reason, I don't know why. Yeah, it just didn't grow evenly. Why is that? Is it you've been playing it on a map on seasons? Because I've heard there's problems with it, which is a shame because I was going to put it on my Shamrock Valley Let's Play just as something different, and but I'm running seasons on that. That's my semi-realistic. It's probably a bit optimistic, but you know, what I try and do in a vaguely realistic manner. I found quite a few issues with when I was doing it. It seemed alright when I did the sort of first look stream on Tuesday, but I did a more sort of proper let's do it properly on Ningham on Wednesday, and I had a lot of problems with bales jumping off, with pallets falling over and not, you know, not staying upright, not going on pallet forks. But then I think that's pallet forks generally rather than necessarily anything to do with that. Ah yes, the issue of uneven swaths. Yeah. Yes, I actually had a few patches that it missed the other day. Not too many though. But I suppose it's apparently won't pick up low swaths. I think they're working on that. I was lucky. I harvested the field with a massive harvester. So right, let's jump back and grab the fence and bring it back after my terrible attempts to try and reverse this up a ramp. Oops. No then. But yeah, I suppose in that sense I was quite lucky because I didn't experience a particular issue with that. Also, I was quite disappointed that I couldn't pick up 6 bales with the 5 bale pickup thing. Having seen Mr. CDP doing it, that was a bit of a shame, but never mind. I think the 3-1 works better anyway. Yeah, a few challenges with it, it seems. But the bale is fantastic. I love the bale collector thing. I think that's really good. The not bale collector, the thing that organises bales into 3s. I think that's really good. I love the lizard bale fork they put in. That works really well. I might use that on here at some point. Mind you, at the moment I've got my auto bale collect truck. Right, I'm going to try something just to see if it works. It's a shame. The one thing is that it's a shame there's not more space for more space for more pallets. Now then, what I've got to figure out is where should we start. Let's start around this side and start clearing away this space. Might want to put a new house in, actually. They're making enough money at the moment. Upgrade my shack. I do like, actually no, we should keep the shack, but I just need to think about where I might want to put a house in the future. Right, so let's start in here. Ah, that's interesting. Now that I haven't had a problem with. I mean, it can be a bit of a pain to get it the right round and get it in just the right place, but I haven't had a problem with it not attaching. You make sure you got it with the yellow. There's a sort of yellow arrow points towards the pelletizer, the pellet machine. Oh, this thing confuses me because the working end is at the back. I have to reverse up to the tree. It really confuses me. Get a bit of light on the subject. Yeah, I haven't had a problem with it not attaching. I mean, the first time it took a little bit figuring out, but no, once it was on, I've not had a problem with it. Right, let's just briefly cut length. Yep, perfect. No, you have to go forwards to pull out. So this is something I used to do on Spectacle Island. It'd be interesting to see if it actually works. Why can I not raise the thing? Okay. We'll give it a go. We'll just try it one tree for now and we'll see if it works, and if it does then we'll carry on. There should be a slightly quicker way to do large numbers of trees. I'm hoping so anyway. Yeah, the pelletizer, exactly. The pelletizer. Okay. No, out. Uh-oh. Let's not lose one. There we go. Hey Zeke. How you doing, my friend? I'm alright, thank you. Yeah, if you missed the beginning, I'm slightly better than I was when I came onto this on Thursday night. I'd lost all of my trees. I was chatting to Jim earlier, you just missed him, and we had a chat on Messenger on Thursday night. The update this week. Good, I'm glad, good to hear. Yeah, the update this week managed to lose me all of my trees. It decided that it should automatically cut down the right, see what happens here. We may lose a few, yep, one or two. Can't get in. So if I take that one out. Oi! Don't be cheeky. No, he's just determined just to go his own way. It doesn't quite work. I could try it with the ball, which is what I used to do it with. No, stop, can't get under there. I just thought I'd try this one first. It sort of works, but not quite so effectively. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock. Don't do that. Got them all, good. Well, let's try it with more and see if it works. Yeah, so I tried all sorts. I tried taking all the mods off. I tried restarting a multiplayer. I wonder if it was because we'd been playing a multiplayer last weekend and I hadn't come back onto it since. Everything. No, nothing worked. So reluctantly in some ways, but under Jim's advice, I restarted. And actually, you know what? Yeah, crops coming. It was fine. It took me, say, I think about 2.5 to 3 hours to get to roughly the same point. Just, you know, doing it completely differently. So I cheated the money in to replace what we'd earnt from cutting trees and what crops I'd already sold. And leased bigger equipment to cut the fields out. And did them with one of the field creator, the Holger Sengstock. Actually, the 8 meter. I used the 8 meter one, which of course then was pretty quick in relative to using our little plough. So yeah, it was fine. It was okay. Oh, come on. That's what we want. No, wrong way. It's a bit jerky. Yeah, I was slightly horrified because it had taken, I think I was on about 11 hours on the map, and I thought, oh my goodness. But yeah, when I thought about it, I thought actually, but I could do it quicker. So the trees that I'd cut down, I cut them down again, but I used the lizard T-Rex from Black Sheep Modding, because, you know, but cheated the money in instead. And then yeah, you use something bigger to... it cost me a stream yesterday morning, that's all. So I spent the time basically redoing the map instead. It was alright. It was fine. I enjoyed it. Uh-oh. Bring it forward a little bit. Actually, you know what? If it only takes one tree, then to be honest, there's little advantage. I might as well just drag it around there with the harvester. So mirrors that making a funny noise. So yeah, how it with the isolation. Yeah, it was really good of him actually. I immediately messaged him just in the off chance, and he was still up. So because it was quite late. Well, I suppose it was late my time, Thursday night. But yeah, no, he was very helpful. I hadn't, because I immediately did a search on the internet. I didn't really want to bother Jim with it, but I immediately did a search on the internet to see. Can I throw that there? Oh yeah. But I couldn't find any reports of any issues. But I messaged him and he said, "Yep, there've been a few, but not everybody. It's a weird one. He couldn't figure out why. I think he's still looking into it. But yeah, it's happened for some people, but not others. Which is why, you know, he suggested removing all the mods in case it's a mod clash. But no, nothing. And the weird thing is, it cut. The reason it done it is because it had cut down the sign. So the sign that you can cut down to remove all the trees just wasn't there. So obviously that had triggered all the trees to disappear. It was very weird. Very weird. But hey. Right, let's try this. This could be disastrous. But it's one more go. If it doesn't work, I'll give up. Maybe we'll get the ball. We'll lose the ball for doing forestry. Quick! Ooh, yeah, not sure this is going to work. Well, maybe. Maybe not. Yep, definitely need the Fleagle. We've got a lock somewhere. Yeah, this is not as effective as I was hoping it might be. Definitely need the ball. What we need actually is the new black sheep modding chipper, the Xylo chip that we had in 17. That is what we need for doing this, but needs must. I'll get one of those when it comes out. I don't know when it's due out actually. Try Farmer's Dynasty. Yeah, I've seen people play that. Is it good? I haven't really explored it massively. Is it sort of similar concept to, I think it is, isn't it, to sort of starting a farm and building it up, and which I'd say I'm loving on here. Yeah, this isn't going so well. I think we'll just, we'll tip these, put it down to bad experience, and we'll just bring the logs in as normal for now. I could get the ball. Maybe I'll try that another time. Just let them drop. There we go. It was worth a try. It looked like it was just about high enough. But, yeah, not quite. Not quite. Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, I would say yes, I'd love to, but my goodness me, I keep looking at the PlayStation spring sale and going, oh yeah, what's in there, and I think, hang on. I've got more games than I can possibly ever finish, and there are new ones coming out all the time. But yeah, Farmer's Dynasty would be an interesting one. Was it Pure Farming that came out last year? Also looked interesting, though I don't like it as much as Farming Simulator. I've just downloaded Virtua Rally 2, quite like that, but I've only played it twice. So gonna get SnowRunner when that comes out. I'm so looking forward to that. Ah, now this is going to be tricky because all those logs are in the way. Oh, okay. So I might have to get rid of those. Oh, that's annoying because I've already cut those on screen twice. Actually, hang on. It's not as easy. Oh, 300 plus games. Oh my goodness me. Yeah. And this is the problem. Plus I also have another channel where I do more action games. I've just finished Uncharted. I'm now just starting to go back to no, that's not going to work. Jedi Fallen Order. Try and finish that off, and I need to finish that off because in just over a month's time we've got the new Last of Us, and I want to put that on there. So yeah, too many games, way not enough time. Work gets in the way, but unfortunately it's necessary. Plus, of course, all the countless ones that I've downloaded from the store, free games and otherwise, you know. So Detroit Become Human, I haven't played that one yet. I've still got Assassin's Creed Origins to finish, and then I want to get Odyssey, you know. Yeah, it is, indeed. Yeah, and actually it was quite lucky for me because I was having an hour about buying it, and then they announced it was going to be in the monthly games, which I thought was brilliant. Yeah, if you're a PSN member, Dirt Rally 2, not Virtual Rally 2. Did I say Virtual Rally? You know what I mean. Dirt Rally 2 is currently free this month, alongside Uncharted 4, which, if you've not played it and you like a bit of action adventure, I cannot recommend enough. I thoroughly enjoyed playing it to record, and it must be the third or fourth time I played it all the way through, beginning to end. Oh, I missed. Oh well. Actually, I'll put the boom in. No, backwards. Assassin's Creed Unity. Oh no, that's the one in Paris, right? No, I tried it. I never really got into it. I did have it. I never really got into it. And actually, that was it for me for Assassin's Creed until Origins came out, which I just had to do. And I played a bit, but yeah, it's in a pause at the moment while I'm trying to get through the stuff. But it is on my list to get back to at some point. Shove those off there, I've got a bit more space. Looks about right, I think. Too far. There we go. Could help me with what? Sorry, Tyler. Oh, we got one start. Let's jam up quite easily, this chipper here. Come on. There we go. Ah, come on. Drive me crazy. There we go. Oh, I see. Oh, I don't have it anymore. Thanks, though. I just got, I don't know. Got a bit bored with it, to be honest. The thing I was trying to do is try and leave the time to play with my mates. So I play Ghost Recon with some workmates on occasion. They're in the UK, so we don't do it that often because that's a very late night for me because that's 3 hours time difference. Just get rid of these little bits here. Wow, look at the money racking up. That's how greenhouse is working hard. And the watermill and the windmill. Oh, come on. Oh, missed some. Fine. Good. You've got to split your time, Zeke. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. Good chat to you. I'll see you again soon. Well, I'm making a bit of a dent in here. I could just cut them up, leave them by the side, and do some, you know, cut them up into logs and just leave them by the edge for now. Speed up the process a little bit. So the bonus of making the extra money is that actually I'm going to start focusing on buying the roads, the tracks, through the map. And I suppose, to be honest, of course, on the basis that I don't really need the wood for money, I suppose I could actually just get the T-Rex. Where are we? A little bit that way. Perfect. No, I haven't actually. Are they any good? They look really good. That's the thing, there's so many franchises I just don't get into, because then I really never will have the time. Keeping on the fields actually, how's everything going? Yeah, so our worker reseeded that end section for the 3rd time. Oh look, the worker stopped doing the weeding. He's confused himself. Let's jump through. Wow, that old seed radish came up quick. God, so that's ready to be cultivated in already? That's nuts. That's amazing. I'm sure that's a lot quicker than it used to be. Right. Bloodborne, yeah, that's the one I remember. Dark Souls, right? Dark Souls, Soul Calibur? Oh, I can't remember. Now, of course, I'm going to challenge of Let's Play Hunt the Weed. Yeah, that looks okay. I think we're alright. I think soybeans actually is one of the worst crops to try and hunt the weed, because that actually grows to quite a sizable plant quite quickly. So the you know, the cereal crops, of course, just grow to, you know, they look a bit like really sparse grass to start with. And therefore they're a lot easier to spot the weeds. Nah, Dark Souls 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, no, I never tried those actually. They look interesting though. Ah, I missed a patch. Ooh. There we go, just get this bit at the end. Right. How are we looking? Yep, patches. That's those. You know what, I'll live with it. It's fine. But add some colour to the field. We want to get the manure back on these then, don't we, really? I made some headway into that wood though, the trees. And now we can see the trees for the wood. Oh. Some of them. And then actually we could also get, so I'll do this strip, I'll do a worker doing the funny shaped field, and we'll get a cultivator started on the oilseed radish, get that seeded, reseeded. Oh yeah, sorry. Hopefully what's left will be enough of that field. It might be a bit hit and miss. Now I need to keep an eye actually. I don't know how long the manure and the water lasts in the greenhouses. I haven't done greenhouses for ages. I don't know if they're always the same. I think it's usually a couple of days, isn't it? Or whether it's something that the modder can control. Right, leave that going. There will be patches he'll miss. Ooh, struggling a bit on the hill. If I can find the right tractor. Right, here we go. Nip back behind it. So yeah, I need to figure out the shape of the yard a little bit. Decide how I'm going to put that plough away, didn't I? Yeah, how I'm going to cut these trees down and what I'm going to do with them. I might take a few out with the lizard T-Rex just to speed things up a little bit. Money's not really an issue at this point in time. And I suppose if I did that, I could do that. Actually, out of curiosity. Kind of forestry machines? Yes. Ooh, yeah, quite a lot. I was wondering how much it costs. Wow. Per operating hour, 3,990 per day, 1,900. Okay. Probably not something I necessarily just want to keep sitting around on the farm for the odd time I want to cut a few stumps, though. I was thinking I could use it as a replacement for my stump grinder and just keep that and use it alongside, but having both that and the tree harvester. No. Oh, don't make such a fuss. Get this out of the way then. Must start resurfacing the roads as I've got a bit of money. Well, I may as well have this over here because this is where it needs to be anyway, because we'll get this field seeded in a second. Oops, engine was on. Here we go. This is going to take a wee while, so we'll leave him to it. Hopefully be giving us our fertilisation state. Actually, that's quite funny. Well, actually, will it though? Actually, have to see what it does, because of course it was fertilised, and of course on the seeder I've got. Okay, note to self. Never use a seeder with fertiliser to seed oilseed radish. Looks like that might have been a complete waste of time. Not too long, space the fields out a bit. But there's no signs of that fertilisation state, but that's because, I suppose, actually I don't know. Sort of the field state's not changed since, maybe? Jump back, jump back. Any sign of darker line? Oh no, it is, it's working. Good. Which hopefully means it won't fertilise either second time around. How's he doing? He's going to run out again. Oh well, never mind. We'll do what we can. Right. Yep, he's just run out. Perfect. We'll get used to this, to the fact eventually that this thing goes forwards away from the tree. rather than having to reverse out of the tree. Come on, you can do it. Oh, missed. That was a bad shot. There we go, that's better. Look at which plots we want to buy. Actually, we've suddenly got quite a bit of money going on here. Because actually if I clear this corner, I can start to think about what I might want to put on it. Let's put the sheep there or something. Oh, oops. Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? Hey. Oh, it's because I'm not in it, that's why. Okay, too close. Bring it back. Oh, come along. Got away with that. Whoa. Right. Sure, I'm making good money out of these trees anyway. That's for sure. I'll start to lose it a little bit. That's better. There we go. Nice. So actually I'm curious, how much have we got in terms of space then? So if we look at the map. So we've got this section here basically roughly available. Could always change the direction of that track if we had to, actually. That it could go a lot closer to that. Yeah, we could do that. That would help. Right, so I don't know what I've got installed. Let's see. Look at what mods we've got. Horses. I haven't done horses for a while. That's the one I've got. No. So there's that one. That's the one I've got on Shamrock. Oh, that's all I've got. Okay. I think I might have installed some more that I just haven't got on here then in that case. But out of curiosity, how are we looking size-wise? Ooh, yeah, we've got a long way to go yet. Now that would be a good space actually. Quite like that there. Could of course flip it round and put one over here somewhere. It's got a relatively large footprint, this one. Otherwise we've got, what's this one? Oh, is this the new one that came out this week? Actually that's quite nice. That could go nicely in that corner as well. Just a few more trees to take out. I suppose if I take those two trees out and those stumps, that could go nicely there. What else we got? Yeah, that one I've already used. And there's not enough space for, that's the one I've got on, yeah. That's a new one that came out this week. Actually, that doesn't take up too much space either, in relative terms. So again, a couple more trees out, just, especially if I rediverted the track. This could fit over the back here somewhere. Just trying to size up options, really. I haven't used this one before. Okay. Alright, that's a bit harsh. 350,000 actually, that is kind of expensive. But it's the same. I think that's the one from FS17. I'm quite tempted to use that one actually. Okay. Options anyway. Options. Right, I'm going to take out these last two, cut the stumps. These ones on the end here, and that'll do for trees for now. And I might stop soon actually. Quite a bit of progress again today. Can't believe it let me get away with that. Right. Might take Donny up on his offer and come and give me a hand. He said he wanted to have a go at some of these trees. Maybe we'll do that next weekend. Whoa, trailer in the way. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Bit too close this time. Whoa. Hazy, welcome back. Yeah, it's still raining. What is it about this map? It did the same to us last weekend, right? It always seems to start raining at, you know, I don't know what, midday-ish, maybe a little bit before, and then carries on. It'll brighten up for the evening. Mind you, actually, the weather forecast isn't showing any change at the moment. This looks like this is going to set in for a while. Yeah, we just had a quick look at possible animal pastures and positions. Totally compliant with health and safety. I'll cut those logs off screen at some point. How's our worker getting on? Oh yeah, looking good. Right, I'll take down one more. Starting to see some progress, a bit of clarity over here. So you said Donnie was streaming, right? Is he on Welker again? How's he getting on? I was just saying actually I might need to take him up on his offer of helping me out get rid of some of these trees. It's a big old job. Either or I might just get the T-Rex and just take him out. Quite keen at this point to really start building the yard, but I'm a bit hesitant to do so until I've got a good idea of what it could all look like. So yeah, T-Rex might be the way to go. I wonder if we want to get snagged at some point. I'm quite surprised that we've got as far as we have done without getting snagged too often. Adjusting it, there we go. Oh, so for anyone that's interested, I might not do, I'll have to see how we get on. I might do a train sim world stream later. I need to message a mate of mine and see if he wants to watch it with his son. That's how we usually do it. His son's a massive train freak, absolutely loves his trains. Is that continuously one tree, so let's see how much we get for it. So it hasn't updated the money yet, so how much do we get for that? 7,256. It's not too bad. Cool. Right, so looking much clearer over here. Few stumps to take out these last couple of three. Actually we've got a pretty decent space, then the trees start getting a bit thick again. So yeah, I'll figure out what I'm going to do about that. Oh no, I don't want to do that. That wasn't it. Good. Technically I know we're not supposed to do this. What we're going to put in, mind you, grass. Actually I need to think about grass. I will need a grass field at some point. As it is at the moment, doesn't seem to be a shortage of grass, so I'm not overly worried. What price is like on this map? So barley and wheat are roughly comparable. Okay. Let's do the traditional crop then of wheat. I'm umming and ahhing about moving completely from Washoe onto here. You know, this is going to be quite a time intensive map to really get it going, though it's looking good. I'm really pleased. We've now got multiple fields, all with growth. Greenhouses over there, busy working away. It's starting to look really good actually. But yeah, I just think actually, you know what, I've been on Washoe for a long time doing various bits, and I can play around or not, cheat or not, as much as I like on here, at least to the point at which we get seasons on. If I do that. Now I'm curious. Presumably it won't use my fertilizer, right? He says optimistically. If it does, then I may want to think about getting another seeder that doesn't apply fertilizer. Yeah, it does. Well, that's a shame. Oh well. Live and you learn. I could use an optional fertilisation seeder instead, but you know what, I quite like this one. So yeah, I might want to get a second seeder then if I decide to do more oilseed radish. Probably going to catch up on my cultivator fairly quickly. Rather like the fun we had last weekend. Oh, that reminds me, I still haven't got that power harrow back. Yeah. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'll get another seeder. I like this one though, it's good, it's a nice setup. Maybe we'll just go completely organic and against chemical fertilizers. We could do that. I'll have to check that the manure and slurry that we get from the sell point, you know, at the store is organic though. Maybe we'll do organic no man's land. Right, and get this on a worker who clearly eats more carrots than I do. Cool. I will run up to the store, get some more manure, and I am going to stop there actually. We're just coming up on the 2 hours, almost I think. Actually not that sure what time I started. Yeah, seriously, I definitely need more light. That'll do. I love the interior of this. God, it's loud. Those dials look brilliant. They look so realistic. Better start putting my tracks in and stuff. Now I've got all these laid out. And maybe that's the answer before I go too nuts in setting up the yard, actually, is put a layout of tracks in. And speaking of tracks, so if I was going to buy more land, would probably make sense to buy these two to connect down to the store, and then I can start putting perhaps sell points in and stuff like that. At least 1 or 2 down here, and then maybe I'll put some more over in some of the other areas of the map, just so that I don't always drive just the same bit of map. perhaps over here somewhere, and one up here somewhere, and stuff like that. So let's do that then. How much money we got? Okay. That'll do. So now on the road all the way down. Might want to resurface the road then as well, because if this is going to be the main thoroughfare, cool, that's going to be a job and a half. Crikey. Maybe I'll leave that for now. It's still only little me living here, so it doesn't really matter. At some point. Yeah, plenty of space along here, so we can definitely put in a sell point or two down this stretch just to get us started. Also means I've got loads of grassland, so I could do some more silage bales. Perhaps start getting hay for the sheep and stuff. I'll also need to think about perhaps having space for another silo, space for a liquid silo. Oh yeah, lots to put in at the yard. I need to think about what I'm going to do with this space here actually, that Jim's conveniently left for development. Don't know. Well, looks like it's going to stop raining at some point during the night, or in the late evening anyway. How far can I zoom out and look down that road? Look at that road. That is an excellent dual carriageway. Look at that. Goes on forever. That's really good. Probably don't want to put too many houses or sell points where people can live too close to the main road, you know. You don't want to come and live in no man's land and live right on the main road. But a little bit further up, just beyond these first big groups of trees, would be ideal, I think. Oh, I know what I could put there actually. I just had an idea. It's one of the roads winding off. And that'll be the next thing to be to buy all the plots with road. Because we've got quite a bit to work on farm wise now by the time we start getting animals in. Oh, he's done it. What? Okay, there's something weird about that field. So he started here. He's basically just reseeded the bit that I seeded. He's done the same as he did last time, rather than all this here that needs cultivating. I'll wait for this guy to finish, sorry, all this that's freshly cultivated. I'll wait for this guy to finish cultivating and then I'll start him at the other end like I did last time. Very odd. But yeah, so how many plots would that be? How far off the road are we going? Oh, not too bad. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I'm about to have an accident, 14, 15, 16, I'll make that about, yeah, there we go, I'll make that about 17 plots. Goodness, that's a lot of money. Oh wow, okay. and that's just for the roads. We'll see how we do. Then of course as you buy the roads you'll have more access, immediate access to land to at least put some smaller fields in, and then eventually we'll buy up the rest of the land and make the fields bigger, which is what I'm going to do here. Actually, do I own? Okay, actually, so the next one I need to buy with road on is going to be 35, and then I can expand. I can put a field in here and then eventually expand these together, and so on and so forth. But I mean, already there's a plot of land. I could put a field there. I could put a field over here. There's tons to do. Brilliant. Yeah, exactly. Artificial idiocy. Or artificial incompetence. So that one there's actually doing a pretty good job. He's got to the end and realised he's missed a bit, and oh no, I spoke too soon. Yep, no, he's turning around, just do that last little strip. Okay, so there is some intelligence in amongst our artifice. Where'd I get to? Ah, there. And there. Perfect. There we go. Right, I must stop, I'm afraid. Oh, another busy day. Lots done. A little bit more daylight left. I'll just do a little bit more tidying up and trees and, you know, carrying on with a few things like that off screen. And I'll see you back on here probably next weekend. This tends to be my weekend morning stream map, and I love it. Thank you, Jim. Still enjoying it. I've said take two. Technically this is actually third time, but I didn't get very far the first time, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, loving it. Great stuff. Yeah, I know, this is true. This is very true. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, likes and subscriptions very much appreciated if you don't subscribe already. And I'll see you all back on here sometime very soon. You'll take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.